Have you ever noticed how, over the years, some women seem to carry a quiet frustration toward their husbands, a feeling that grows deeper and harder to ignore? My modern and unstoppable seniors, it's a reality many couples face after decades of marriage. What began as love, laughter, and shared dreams sometimes shifts into a space filled with irritation, distance, or even quiet resentment. But why does this happen? Why do so many women, after spending years building a life with their partner, start feeling disconnected, exhausted, or even resentful toward the person they once chose to walk beside? In this video, we're going to uncover 7 key reasons that explain this emotional shift. These aren't just passing annoyances or minor disagreements. They are deeply rooted emotional and psychological patterns that slowly, often unnoticed, erode the warmth and connection in a marriage. We'll also explore practical ways to address these issues, because understanding is the first step toward healing and reconnecting, whether it's your own marriage or someone else's. Recognizing these patterns can be a powerful tool for change. So stay with me till the end, because the reasons behind this change might surprise you, and the solutions could transform how you think about long-term love and companionship. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Wellness for Modern Seniors and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our insights designed to empower your best life. If you find this video helpful, please type 1 in the comments to let me know, or if you think we can improve, type 0 so we can create better content for you. Now, let's dive in and discover why this shift happens and how to reverse it. My modern and unstoppable seniors. One of the most overlooked reasons women grow resentful over time is the heavy burden of emotional labor. And it's not just about doing chores or errands. Emotional labor means all the invisible mental work that keeps a family and relationship running smoothly. It's remembering doctor's appointments, planning birthdays, smoothing over conflicts, managing social calendars, and often putting everyone else's needs first. For many women, this emotional labor starts early in marriage and carries on for decades. But unfortunately, it often goes unnoticed and unappreciated by their husbands. Imagine a woman like Grace, who for 40 years balanced a career, raised children, kept the home organized, and quietly handled the family's emotional well-being. She was the one everyone turned to for support, yet her efforts rarely received a simple thank you or acknowledgement. Over time, that invisible labor builds up not just fatigue, but a deep feeling of being taken for granted. Many men believe that providing financially is enough, and while that's important, a marriage needs much more. It requires emotional presence, appreciation, and partnership. When a woman pours so much energy into caring for everyone else but never feels seen or valued for it, resentment slowly takes root. This isn't just about doing tasks, it's about feeling appreciated for the emotional weight carried daily. When appreciation fades, love can start to feel more like obligation, and the exhaustion becomes emotional, not just physical. So, what happens when this emotional labor goes unseen for years? The woman begins to pull away, not because she stopped loving, but because she's reached her limit. The quiet frustration grows until it becomes a barrier between her and her husband. Recognizing the invisible work women do is the first step in preventing this slow drift toward resentment. My modern and unstoppable seniors. As years pass, many women start to feel less like a wife and more like a roommate. This shift is subtle but powerful, and it can quietly drain the life out of a marriage. In the early days, there's excitement, passion, and a deep emotional connection. Couples talk for hours, share dreams, laugh together, and truly enjoy each other's company. But over time, if both partners stop actively nurturing the relationship, that closeness can fade. What's left then? To people living under the same roof but leading parallel lives. Sharing a meal or watching TV doesn't replace the emotional intimacy that once bonded them. Take someone like Helen, a 70-year-old retired librarian. She remembers how, in the beginning, she and her husband would talk about everything from their hopes to daily thoughts, but gradually, those conversations became shorter, less frequent. Her husband stopped asking how her day was. He spent more time on his own activities, and she felt invisible to him. Nothing seemed different. He thought simply being physically present at home meant everything was fine. but Helen felt lonely, emotionally distant, and disconnected. It was as if they were just roommates, sharing space, not partners sharing life. This is a common experience in many long-term marriages because some men believe once the wedding vows are said, the hard work is done. They forget that relationships demand ongoing effort. Emotional intimacy needs to be continually nurtured. Just like physical health or finances, women need to feel desired, seen, and truly connected, not just cohabiting. When those feelings disappear, resentment can quietly grow. Because emotional neglect often feels like rejection. Understanding this roommate feeling is essential. It's not about blaming anyone, but realizing that emotional connection needs care and attention throughout the years. My modern and unstoppable seniors, another important reason many women feel resentful as they age is the lack of recognition. For their personal growth and how they evolve over time, marriage isn't a static bond. It's a journey where both people grow, change, and develop new interests, passions, and perspectives. But sometimes, often, the husband may fail to acknowledge or support this growth. Instead, they hold on to the person their wife once was, expecting her to stay the same. Imagine a woman like Joan, who, after raising her family, decided to return to school, take up new hobbies, and build a fresh sense of identity beyond her roles as wife and mother. Instead of celebrating this transformation, her husband dismissed her new passions as distractions or even threats to the marriage. This kind of emotional invalidation can be deeply hurtful. When a woman feels her growth is ignored or resisted, she may start to feel boxed in, unseen, or even trapped. It's like being stuck in a chapter of life that no longer fits. With no space to move forward, many women need their husbands to see and appreciate not just who they were, but who they are becoming. Feeling valued for personal growth isn't just about ego, it's about emotional connection and respect. When this support is missing, resentment builds quietly. Over time, it can feel like a weight that's hard to shake off, making a woman withdraw emotionally as a way to protect herself. If your marriage feels stuck or like it's holding back growth, this could be a key reason why frustration builds. Growth should be a shared journey, not a lonely path. My modern and unstoppable seniors, communication is the lifeblood of any healthy relationship. Yet, as years pass, many couples find themselves caught in a cycle of misunderstanding, silence, and unspoken expectations. And this is another major reason women feel frustrated and distant at the start of a marriage. Couples often share openly hopes, dreams, fears, and daily experiences. But over time, habits form, conversations become more surface level, and important feelings go unexpressed. What makes this even trickier is that many women expect their husbands to just know what they need or want, while men often assume that if something isn't said, everything is fine. This disconnect creates a dangerous gap. Small disappointments pile up like invisible bricks, building walls between partners. Take Mary, a 68-year-old grandmother who used to share her thoughts and emotions freely with her husband. Over time, though, she stopped speaking up because she felt unheard or dismissed. Her husband, meanwhile, grew frustrated because he thought she was distant or uninterested. Neither understood that the real issue was a breakdown in communication. Unspoken expectations can be especially damaging. When one partner silently hopes for more affection, help around the house, or emotional support, but never voices its resentment, quietly grows when those needs go unmet. Learning to communicate clearly and compassionately is crucial to reversing this trend. It's about creating safe spaces where both partners can express themselves honestly, without fear of judgment or dismissal. Remember, silence is not peace. It's often a sign that something important is being left unsaid. For women, feeling heard and understood is a powerful form of love and respect. For men, opening up emotionally can be challenging, but is essential for deepening the bond. If your relationship has fallen into this pattern, know that it's never too late to rebuild trust through open, kind, and patient communication. My modern and unstoppable seniors, another powerful source of frustration in long-term marriages is the uneven distribution of responsibilities, especially when it comes to household tasks and caregiving. For many years, women have traditionally taken on the bulk of domestic duties, cooking, cleaning, managing schedules, and caring for children or elderly relatives. Even as times change, this pattern often persists, creating a heavy and ongoing workload that wears a woman down physically and emotionally. Imagine Grace, a 74-year-old retired nurse. Despite her own busy schedule and health needs, she still finds herself managing almost everything at home. Her husband contributes financially, yes, but rarely steps in to share the daily chores or caregiving tasks. This imbalance can feel like being trapped in a never-ending cycle with no help or relief. It's not just the physical exhaustion, it's the feeling that her efforts are taken for granted, that her time and energy don't matter. The problem isn't just about chores, it's about partnership. Marriage is a team effort, and when one partner shoulders most of the responsibilities, resentment naturally builds. But there's good news: this can be changed. It begins with honest conversations about how tasks are divided and recognizing that sharing responsibilities isn't just helpful, it's a sign of respect and love. Many couples find that when they rebalance their roles, whether through dividing chores differently, hiring help, or simply being more mindful, stress decreases and connection improves. For husbands listening today, think about this. What can you do to share the load more? Small steps, like helping with dishes, running errands, or offering emotional support, can make a world of difference. For my modern and unstoppable seniors, remember that teamwork isn't just for sports. It's the foundation of a lasting, happy marriage. My modern and unstoppable seniors. Now that we've explored the key reasons why resentment can grow in marriages over time, it's time to focus on the most important part: how to fix it and rebuild that connection. First, recognize that resentment is a signal, not a sentence. It's a message that something important has been missing and needs attention. Healing starts with awareness and willingness from both partners to change. Here are some practical steps to rebuild your bond. Practice gratitude daily. Take time to acknowledge and thank each other for both small and big things. When women feel genuinely appreciated, emotional distance begins to shrink. Prioritize quality time. Life gets busy, but carving out moments to connect, whether through a walk, a shared meal, or a deep conversation, reignites intimacy and reminds you why you chose each other. Communicate openly and kindly. Make space for honest talks without judgment. Share your feelings, needs, and frustrations gently, and listen with empathy. Share responsibilities fairly. Reassess how tasks are divided, and make sure both partners feel supported. This helps reduce exhaustion and builds teamwork. Encourage each other's growth. Celebrate changes, hobbies, and dreams. Supporting personal growth keeps the relationship fresh and alive. Seek professional help if needed. Sometimes couples counseling or therapy can provide tools and safe space to work through deeper issues. Remember, my modern and unstoppable seniors, love isn't about perfection. It's about effort, respect, and choosing each other every day. Even after decades, the warmth can be restored if both partners commit to healing and growing together. If you've found value in this video, please type 1 in the comments. If it didn't resonate, type 0. Your feedback helps us bring better content to wellness for modern seniors. Thank you for watching, and here's to love that grows stronger with time.